Thank you very much, Mike Carlucci. Welcome, everybody. Wally George is here, adjusting my wonderful hair here. Oh, my blonde locks glowing in the breeze. See a little itch here. How are you? I'm here every night, Monday through Saturday, 6 nights a week. Monday through Friday, we do hot seat highlights. I do a commentary about what's happening in the news, and then we show you highlights from the past 17. Notice that pregnant pause there, if you pardon the express. And then we show you highlights from the past 17 years. That's called theatrics, keeping people wondering what you're going to say. And then highlights from the past 17 years. I know all the tricks. And we are here to make this a better country. I wish I had the time to run for president myself. Boy, I'll tell you, I could really make a change in this country. All right. Wonderful news. First of all, may I remind you that this weekend, I guess it is it not November 27th is this weekend, right, Jeff? Saturday, November 27th, this coming Saturday, between 2 and 4 p.m., I will be book signing at Barnes & Noble at Fashion Island in Newport Beach. Come on down, and I will autograph my new autobiography, Wally George, the Father of Combat TV. My whole life story. It is really something to read. Even Howard Stern, of all people, said he read the book and enjoyed it. I can't believe that. I don't know if that's such a good thing, getting an endorsement from Howard Stern, though. But there's nothing dirty in here. Maybe that's why he enjoyed it. This is probably the first thing he's ever read that is not dirty. And so anyway, Barnes & Noble on this coming Saturday, November 27th, between 2 and 4. Get there early, and I'll be signing books at Barnes & Noble. And you can bring your camera if you want to, and I'll pose with you. And boy, you can get some books for Christmas presents. Wonderful, wonderful. Well, what better could you get for Christmas than my book? Now, exciting news. Jerry Bingham is on the floor, sitting in for Hushi Modelli, and we have Jeff Bingham, my director, editor, in the booth, along with Dick Werner in engineering and audio. Jerry, you'll probably be thrilled to hear this. The Museum of Death is moving from San Diego to, where is it moving to? Is moving from San Diego to Hollywood. Where else? The Museum of Death. The institution features gruesome photos and serial killer artifacts. Doesn't that sound exciting? And pictures of serial killers and their life stories.
Does they have O.J.'s knife?
Yeah, they certainly should have. I think at the grand opening, they should have O.J. there, as a special guest at the Museum of Death. Certainly, why not? I can't believe it. The Museum of Death celebrated its last days in San Diego. It is now moving to Hollywood. Let's see, it shows grisly, one thing it shows there at the Museum of Death is grisly images of a man being scalped. Sickness, sickness, sickness. Is the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce going to allow this to happen? I mean, Hollywood is trying to, I understand Hollywood is trying to improve itself and become glamorous and exciting again. Are they going to allow this museum of death to come to Hollywood? Good heavens. Why don't they house it in O.J. Simpson's home? You know, then that's more appropriate, and they could have O.J. greet the people at the door and invite them into the Museum of Death. Certainly. Oh, speaking of O.J. Simpson, comes the story in a lot of magazines and papers about a possible Nicole Simpson Brown charity scam. Have you heard anything about this, Jerry?
No.
Nicole Simpson's sister, Denise, is in a little trouble. She's being investigated. The Nicole Brown Simpson Charitable Foundation is being called a ripoff. That's the sad assessment of experts who charge the charity of fleecing the public by raising scads of money to shelter and protect battered women and children, but hardly giving any of it away. For instance, the foundation run by the family of O.J. Simpson's murdered wife, Nicole, took in approximately $113,000 in 1998. And guess how much they gave away to these poor, battered women and children? They took in $113,000 in 1998 and gave away $6,500.
Operating expenses.
Operating expenses, right, Jerry? Boy, those are pretty heavy operating expenses. This is hardly a surprise to me, says Susan Forward. She's a nationally recognized expert on preventing domestic violence and was Nicole's personal therapist. Everyone in the domestic violence community was asking, where did the money go? Sheila Halfin, director of Haven House, the nation's oldest domestic violence center, said this: if you take in $113,000 and hand out only $6,500, you're way bad. Denise Brown, Nicole's 42-year-old sister and the head of the charity, drives a $100,000 Mercedes-Benz, lives in a plush townhouse, owns 2 jet skis, plus a brand new Chevy truck, according to California state records. And Denise, when asked about all of this, said, hey, we have a lot of expenses. Poor Nicole must be spinning in her poor little grave. Nicole Simpson's sister forms this organization in her sister's name, takes in $113,000 and gives away $6,500. Sickness, 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 wherever you look. Denise, what kind of expenses? Oh, I know what kind of oh, she says, we have a lot of expenses. You sure do, Denise. You have a lot of expenses. A $100,000 Mercedes, a plush townhouse, jet skis, and a Chevy truck. You got a lot of expenses. Shame on you. Hey, if I'm wrong, Denise, come on down to my show and explain to me what happened to the rest of that money. Would you do that? You have an open invitation. I'll be right back.